Hey guys, I'm Chris Bach and a very warm welcome to Friday Fretworks. And this week we're going to be taking a look at a guitar which, to say the least, has set tongues wagging on my social media in the past week or so, and that is my new custom shop, Yamaha Revstar. Now, first and foremost, let's just address the fact that this is not a signature model. Now, I guess all of this speculation and tongues wagging came about primarily as a result of the video that Lee and Pete put up on the Andertons YouTube channel, where they interviewed me at NAMM and very cheekily referred to this guitar as a signature model. Now, alas, it did have my name underneath it on the display board at the Yamaha stand at NAMM, much as it did with Billy Corgan's guitar and Billy Sheehan's guitar and Butch Walker's guitar next to it, which, to be honest, was slightly surreal. But as far as I'm aware, there are no plans to issue this as a signature model or even a production run. For the time being, it is limited to a one-off custom shop. However, I guess if you wish to see that change, maybe nag Yamaha on social media. I don't know how these things work. Just for the time being, there are no plans. So with that in mind, I guess it's worth addressing how a guitar like this actually comes into fruition or even existence. I'm taking a look at why some hairy guy from South Wales ends up with a guitar with his name on it in amongst a wall with some bona fide rock stars. Now, it turns out I've actually been playing Yamaha guitars for 4.5 years. Time really does fly when you're having fun. During which time I've played nearly every iteration of the Revstar. However, if you're familiar with Friday Fretworks, probably no surprise to you that one model in particular has really resonated with me, and that is the 502. 502 in particular I'm a huge fan of, primarily because of its simplicity. One volume, one tone, one wrap over bridge, 2 P90s, and you're good to go. It doesn't really get more simple in that respect, and it's just an incredibly straightforward, well-built, rugged guitar that really is made for the road as much as it is the studio. However, that said, there are one or two things about that guitar which I guess, given a chance, I would change and really kind of redo to my specifications. So when Pat, the Yamaha custom shop in Calabasas, California, got in touch with me to ask if I'd be interested in such a thing, you can imagine I near bit his hand off. So first and foremost, the one thing, as I said, I'm a huge fan of the 502 is its simplicity. So as much as the temptation was, when given free reign of the Yamaha custom shop, to start adding bells and whistles and all stuff, which I guess in theory is very cool, but in reality will probably just detract from what you are meant to be doing. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. So in that respect, it is very similar to a normal 502, with the exception of, first and foremost, the electronics. Now, I'm a huge fan with dual pickup guitars of being able to blend in each pickup to taste. And with one master volume and one master tone, that is not available on a standard 502. So the first thing we did was replace the tone control with another volume control, and now have function, I guess, of being able to blend in each pickup to taste. I'm a huge fan of that sound, and thus far I've been getting an immense amount of use out of it. Now, just to run you quickly through the specifications of the rest of the guitar. First and foremost, we have an aged set of Grover tuners. Now, I'm a big fan of Grovers, even more so when they're aged commensurately with the rest of the guitar, but also in terms of functionality. Just very rugged, well-built tuners that have never let me down on any guitar I've ever had them on. Also worth mentioning, while we're at the top end of the guitar, that the nitro check-in on the headstock, very subtle but is undoubtedly there and matches beautifully the nitro check-in on the body, which I shall talk about in a minute. Working our way down the neck, we've got the inlays from what would ordinarily be a 720 as opposed to the dot inlays, which comes on the 502. And also worth mentioning the fretwork, which is absolutely sublime. Pat at the Custom Shop, kind of renowned in that neck of the woods for his immense fretwork, just smoother than any fretwork I think I've ever felt. A real kind of true testament to the capability of the Yamaha Custom Shop. Moving down, I've kept the rest of the appointments on the guitar relatively true to the original 502. We've got the wrap over bridge, just a fantastic design. Again, aged commensurately with the rest of the guitar. We've got the two volume knobs laid out as I've said. Obviously, we've got two P90s as well. Just a very functional, very simplistic guitar that really allows you, as I said, just to focus on what you're doing and not get caught up in kind of, different switches or different configurations or anything like that, which ultimately, at least for me, just distracts me. Now, last but definitely not least on this guitar, we have the one feature which I guess has really been popping out and catching everyone's eye across social media, and that is the aged gold top finish. Now, I asked for an aged gold top, and I got precisely that. Again, true to form, it is a work of art. Very slightly nitro checked at the Yamaha Custom Shop. However, with the change of climates and different kind of temperatures this guitar has experienced since I left LA, I've already started to notice some other nitro checking creeping in, I should say. So I'm excited to see how this ages. And, just taking it on a journey with me, I guess. It's one of those things that the older this gets, the older it's going to look and the more life experience and stories it will be able to tell. All round, just honestly an absolutely stunningly built guitar that I'm excited to take on the road, excited to see it age, something I definitely miss when it comes to poly guitars, and just excited to see where it takes me and what music it brings out of me. So honestly, just an incredible honour to be included in this. As I said, seeing my name on a wall in amongst Butch Walker or Billy Sheehan or Billy Corgan, all these incredible Yamaha artists, is just slightly surreal beyond words, to be honest. So as ever, a massive thank you to Yamaha and their support for taking me to NAMM and all this kind of cool stuff that they constantly do for me. It's a privilege and an honour to be involved in such a company. Anyway, enough said on that. As ever, I'm Chris Bach. This is Friday Fretworks. I'm going to leave you now with a little clip of me playing actually at NAMM on the Line 6 booth with this very guitar. And as ever, I shall see you next week for another video. Cheers guys, take care, and I shall see you soon.